Today, I want to walk you through the smart side of a solar installation. In my case, it's a Deye Inverter. First, we're gonna have a look at the official DeyeCloud app, and this is the basic setup most people will use to monitor their solar system, and it works both on the PC and on your phone. After that, for those of you who want a bit more, we're also going to integrate the inverter into Home Assistant. Now, one important thing to mention, as of April 2025, on some newer Deye inverters, the old Solarman integration no longer works correctly. So if you tried using Solarman before and it failed, don't worry, there is another way. Now, this method is still cloud-based, but honestly, for many people, it's good enough. It really depends on what kind of automations you want to build and how important reliability is for you. For example, if you have automations that start appliances when solar production gets high, and you want them to work 100% even if the internet goes down, then local control is definitely a better option. And yes, you can do that with an ESP32 and a local Modbus communication. But I'm not going to cover that in this episode because that setup deserves its own dedicated video and requires a bit more configuration. I'll definitely come back to it in the future. So, first let's start with the official app. You will need to install the DeyeCloud app and create an account. Usually, after that your installer will then add your inverter to that account. And after that, all your data should appear automatically inside that app. You can use the app both on your phone and on the PC. Inside the app you can monitor a lot of things: solar production, the battery state of charge, grid import and export, the house consumption, how much you consume every day, inverter status, and historical statistics. You can see daily, weekly and monthly graphs. For basic monitoring, the app is actually pretty decent, but with only the official app, you are mostly limited to monitoring and statistics, and that is it. You can't automate things based on those statistics. If you want to use the data inside Home Assistant for dashboards, automation, notifications, or smart energy management, then we need to go one step further. Now, before adding the integration, there's one important thing you need to do. The older Solarman integration no longer works correctly for many users. So this newer DeyeCloud integration uses the official developer API instead. So first, we need to open the Deye Developer portal. I will leave a link in the description so it's easier to find. Just Google Deye Platform or Deye Cloud Developer portal and you will find it. This is the one here. So click on it and it will take you to this page here. I'm already logged in, so I'll sign out so I can show you easier. This is the page you will land on. On the right hand side here, you have to create an account. Just click sign in. Before logging in, they asks you to select your region. Because my inverter is registered in Europe, I will select EMEA Europe. Then I click confirm. It will take me to this page here. Here, I log in with my normal DeyeCloud credentials, the same account I use for the DeyeCloud app. This is the one. Once logged in, I go to the app section. But I need to allow this part here. And then we need to go to Explore APIs. On this page here, you need to go to Applications. And in this section, you will find very important information like an app ID and the app secret, which we'll need later during the integration setup in Home Assistant. Now, let's move over to Home Assistant. And we need to open HACS. I already did that. And then we need to click on the three dots on the right hand side here. And then click Custom Repositories. At the repository section, you need to paste in this repository. I will leave a link in the description. This one here. And as a type, you choose Integration. And then click Add. Then the DeyeCloud integration has been added. Now you can close this here and search for the Deye integration. DeyeCloud integration, that is it. And then you need to click Download. You don't need a different version, probably this is the last one. Click Download. Once the installation finishes, we need to restart Home Assistant. Go to Settings, System, and Restart. Now that Home Assistant has restarted, we need to go to Settings, Devices and Services, and Add Integration. From here, we need to look for Deye Cloud Home Assistant integration. On this page here, you will need to fill in your username or your email address and your password for the DeyeCloud app. And then you'll need the app ID and the app secret we just done earlier in this video. After that, the base URL remains the same. Choose the start month and then click submit. And that is it. In my case, I will have the Deye Inverter and the Deye Station. And here you get all the entities you will need. After clicking submit, Home Assistant connects to DeyeCloud platform and imports the inverter data. In my case, it automatically detected both the inverter and the station informations. And now I can monitor solar productions, battery charging, grid import export, house consumption, inverter status, and many other values directly inside Home Assistant. But just remember, this is still a cloud integration, so it depends on the internet connectivity and the DeyeCloud servers. But right now, this is one of the most reliable ways to integrate newer Deye inverters into Home Assistant after Solarman changes. With these entities, I built this dashboard. I'll show you right in a second. And it looks like this. You can build it as you like. Now, this is where things start getting really interesting, because once the inverter data is inside Home Assistant, you can do much more than monitor graphs. For example, in my inverter room, I installed a temperature sensor together with 2 ventilation fans, one intake and one exhaust. And using Home Assistant, I created automations that can automatically start the vents when the temperature inside the inverter room reaches a certain level. And once the room cools down again, the fans automatically stop. So now the inverter room is fully automatic and doesn't require any manual intervention. In the next video, I'll improve this setup even more because I recently received a smart smoke alarm from Meros for review, and I'll do that in the next episode. So I'm planning to install it directly inside the inverter room and integrate it into Home Assistant as an extra safety layer. And this is exactly why smart home becomes powerful, because now the solar system is no longer isolated. It becomes part of the entire smart home ecosystem. For example, I can automatically start appliances when solar production is high. So if I'm not at home and the batteries are charged, Home Assistant can automatically run tasks that normally consume a lot of power. In my case, I can automatically start my Samsung bespoke washing machine during peak solar. You could also do this with water heaters, EV chargers, dishwashers, pool pumps, or basically any large electrical load. And this is where solar and smart home automations really start working together. You're not just producing electricity anymore. You're optimizing how and when your house consumes it. So hopefully this video helped you understand both the basics, the monitoring setup, and how to integrate them into Home Assistant. If you enjoyed the video or found it useful, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, because we'll continue building this smart solar setup together, and in the next episode we'll also integrate the smoke alarm into the inverter room and continue improving the automation side of the system. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.